Project's data.
I've got that lightning inside me, son of a god. I'm like a titan that's rising, no, just you watch. I'm stepping in the fade, there is no time to waste. I've got that lightning inside me, this is how legends are made.
This is how legends are made. Hello and welcome to another update stream. You have me today, and I'm not actually joined by anyone, so this is our first solo stream, so it's just you and me for 2 hours. It's going to get romantic in here. We have a lot of content to go through, and I'm honestly not sure if I can get through all of it in this stream. But we will absolutely do our best. We have our legendary tier German battleship campaign for Preußen. Hopefully I'm pronouncing this correctly. I was having the Germans in the office laughing at me for mispronouncing it. So Preußen, this S, not Z. Preußen. Whatever, we have Preußen coming in along with a boatload of content for Jutland. We have Retrofuturism. We have a huge wave of some really cool balance changes. And of course, we have the totally free mission chain where you can get our very own Unsinkable Sam, who will be joining us on our stream today. Which is a last minute addition for us. Which some of you may know the lore behind Sam, but this has been something I've been personally requesting for the game for, well, as long as I can remember, really. But yes, so we have so much to get into, and I feel like I'm yapping on way too much right now. So we'll have a quick look through the store, and then we'll maybe play some games. Who knows? Coming into the store, the main key beats really are going to be under the Age of Battles tab. We have the Battle of Jutland, which features various containers, various historical content, several ships. We have the chained bundle, and you can purchase these ships individually, and the commanders with a variety of different ships. We have the Retrofuturism content under the special tab, featuring the kind of atomic age retro-futuristic designs. I'm sure we've all seen something or another along this lines, really. Scarlet Thunder, Meteor containers. We have a few commander guises and a skin for Preußen. Yep. Science Titan. It is a very cool looking camouflage, actually. I really like it when the team makes like these 3D modeled camouflages rather than just strapping a texture on it. Yep. And honestly, I played a few battles earlier, and for me, there are two highlights in this update today. We have Unsinkable Sam mission chain and Preußen. I played a few battles in Preußen. It feels really accurate. For those who aren't aware, this ship does not play like your typical German battleship brawler. This ship has, for the technical minded, it has 2.1 sigma and battle cruiser dispersion, which can be closely compared to resistance. For those who are unfamiliar with what these terms means, it means that this ship, at least from a statistical standpoint, is the single most accurate battleship in our game currently. It's the same as resistance, but technically slightly better due to longer ranges. Obviously, there's only 8 barrels, so it can sometimes feel a bit trolly or inaccurate because you have less volume of shells in the air. But you'll see while we're playing it, like, this thing, in terms of accuracy, can be stellar. I was trying it with an Azure Lane commander build earlier, but we can try different commanders. We'll do a few different builds and show it off, really. And we have finally, my personal achievement, or what I consider my personal achievement, Unsinkable Sam commander, guys. This is a very long time coming for me. And it has the meows, so while you're playing, it's like, meow. It cracks me up every single time I hear it, and I'm really glad we finally have it brought into the game. I hope you're all having a wonderful Monday, and I hope you had a great weekend, and we'll tie into it. So this update also brings in a variety of changes. One of the bigger ones is we've changed defensive AA and catapult fighter. These are now vastly more potent. Catapult fighter no longer shoots down a single plane, which is a big change. So in terms of catapult fighter, originally when you would launch it, it would have to fly up in the air and then go into a patrolling state before it would aggro on an enemy aircraft. Now, from the moment you press the button, it can immediately lock onto aircraft and target rather than having to fly around and enter a patrol state first. So it reacts faster. It has a greater aggro range. It can shoot down effectively as many planes as possible until it expires and the countdown runs out. And for defensive AA fire, again, it's very potent now. When you activate this consumable, it really is a no-fun zone if a carrier is attacking you. So I'm sure you'll be experimenting with these throughout the update. And I'm already seeing a few people with talking about Arthas the Cold nerf. It's not necessarily an Arthas the Cold nerf, because it's also worth noting that with the original carrier rework, where the catapult fighter sort of became redundant, catapult fighter duration was effectively extended. Whereas now it's gone back. So we'll see. But now we have catapult fighters that are they're very worth deserving of their name, at least from what I've experienced. They do tend to shoot down quite a lot, and they react very quickly with good aggro range. But again, try it in your feedback and let us know, because like pretty much all of these changes that we made were based on feedback. We were seeing what people were saying over the course of several updates, and we were taking it to heart and very seriously. So if you think that there needs to be further changes, or you're happy with it, or you're not happy with it, just let us know. What is different between Leipzig and Nuremberg? I don't have the data on hand right now. There were a few comments already about why the ship only states it has one ship in the line of its class. So while Nuremberg and Leipzig are sister ships, there's a lot of kind of debate back and forth with historians where the ships were 4 years apart, and there are enough changes between the two ships where some people actually consider it its own class, which we have in our game. But I'm not a historian, I'm no expert on this. I'm only kind of running off my very limited knowledge. I'm no Prince Blip in this regard. How do I get the Sam guys? So there is a free mission chain in the store under the Jutland content. You can collect the mission, and once you complete the mission, you will unlock the Unsinkable Sam guise, and there's also a Bismarck flag. Where's Blip when you need him? Yeah, Blip is learning his new role as he transitions deeper into our development team. Anyway, I keep getting shots again. We'll jump in. So I'm actually probably going to play a game in Preußen first. I think the ship is big fun. And because no one else is here with me, I can actually put my headset on and hear the game for a change. So we're going to do that, which is nice. Okay. I have the mission, but I don't see the cat. That's because you have to complete the mission. It is the reward for finishing the mission. I'm not sure if I already have the bundle or not. I have to check. It's because I already have the commander guys. The bundle may not be appearing for me. Oh. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the mission on my account because I've got the commander guys. Yep. Is it pronounced? So, from my understanding, when I was speaking with some of the Germans, it's like poi with an R, so proi, zen, like S, sen, Preußen, not Z. It's like S, so Preußen. Poison. But again, I'm also probably butchering this. I'm sure there's a few people watching this stream right now, you know, doing the meme with the fist like, ah. I've always completely butchered ship names, so I'm absolutely not the correct person to ask. Oh, someone's just added May 26th through June 30th the bundle comes out. Okay. I'm doing fine, thank you. I hope you are doing well yourself. Right. Anyway, let's jump into a game. Let's show the accuracy of one of the most accurate, if not the most accurate battleship in the game. So for the first game, I'll run the Azerlane commander, but we'll actually experiment with different commanders and we'll try different things. So I'm just going to, for the sake of argument, I'm going to run full shell grouping, kind of long range accuracy, and we're going to try and play it as a sniper. Yeah, there's a cat on the thumbnail. Yeah, on like the I don't know how to describe it, like the border that I'm currently in right now. Great 80s hairband. The 457s millimeter guns with pretty quick reload. These 457s, they reload fast and they are accurate. If you're playing a cruiser, I absolutely would not give one of these your broadside because when these shells hit, they hit. I was playing for a couple games earlier and I'm actually going to sit back a little bit and get comfortable. Sorry, guys. I'm on my own today, so I'm going to just chill and play some games. It's going to be a vibe stream today. Yeah, when I was playing earlier, like in between my work, I was really kind of, sometimes the shells were actually kind of like phasing into each other in the air. This is strange seeing boss by his lonesome. Come on, think of it as a date. It's just you and me. Just the two of us. I mean, it's fine. I've got my chair lounged back a bit. I'm lounging back. We're chilling. Thank you for putting Sam in the game. This is the best update ever. I agree. If you search like from final boss Unsinkable Sam in the Discord, I'm pretty sure the first time I asked for Unsinkable Sam would have been 2019. This was before I was even part of Wargaming. I was protesting to have this this commander guys introduced into the game. Is there any plans on adding a tab for Pan-American commanders? So, commander tabs are typically only introduced once there is a line of ships. Also, if I miss any questions, I'm so sorry. I will try to get to them. Oh, I had HE loaded like a spanner. Let's change it back. So 22-second reload, I believe, give or take. Very nice. We're just going to play range a little bit. I know I have that big juicy superstructure that they want to farm. So we're just going to chill and try and catch the broadside of something. Oh, okay. Must have been spotted. Hopefully the smoke actually covers me. No one is giving me that broadside though. Yeah, there it is. Right on cue, I guess. Yeah. Okay, we need to figure out a plan of action here. Well, Scout Thunder's accelerating really quickly, actually. Damn, 4 ricochets. Yep, solo. You've got just me today. I really don't want to abandon my flank here and give them an easy cap, but it's kind of awkward being the only person here that's tanking something. If Mishashi can move in a bit, it might help. Let's switch the guns around and maybe angle in towards B. Get a better position. Hopefully, if they take the A side quickly enough, while I delay them on BC, we might have to do something. Our Z52 is doing a really good job at keeping their shimmer back and out of that cap. Again, we're a sniper, so I can... You know, I do still have that German armor scheme, which is kind of prone to plunging fire, but as long as I play my range properly and I limit my targets, I'm fairly okay. I've not really had a good opportunity to show this accuracy though. Maybe here, this might be the shot. Oh, is he turning away? Yeah, he is. But I mean, even if I miss, look at that accuracy though. Look at that shell grouping. Yeah. This British battleship needs to give me a break with this HE. For real. I need some eyes. But also, the accuracy is a double-edged sword, because if you miss, it means you miss. The dispersion doesn't save you, and land some shells anyway. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Can I... Oh. Damn, hit the island. Still though, we finally got our first big hit of the game. And I have the reload to probably get another good shot off. I've got to try and turn in though. This thing does not want to turn or move. Come on. I'm running the Zerlane commander right now, but we'll change it up. This Scarlet Thunder, like this guy's like showing the strengths of the ship for us on the stream right now. You can see how quick it moves both forward, backwards, it turns. It's such a nimble... It almost feels like you're not shooting at a battleship sometimes because of how quick it's able to get around. Looks like RNG isn't on your side. I wouldn't say it's really RNG, it's more just I have an unfortunate game in terms of pairing. But I'm trying to not abandon this flank. But, I mean, Whether RNG's on my side or not, 457s are still 457s, you know. Here we go. Don't think this Yamato realizes I exist. Or does he? This is an opportunity. This is a really big opportunity. If we can pull it off and hit below that front turret. Come on. Oh! Come on. Oh! Oh! Now we run away before he shoots back at us because he's going to be big angry now. Run away. Get that range and that angle. That reload though. Oh my god. What? Oh. The guy's shell grouping. Oh, is it going to get him? Good night, Yamato. Now we kite away and we maybe go dark again before they start retaliating. Yeah, there we go. Let's regain that range a bit. Play to our strength. I have, as far as AA, we have no AA. I'm trying to play range, but I'm also trying to be close enough where I can fight these caps. But let's try and turn it in a bit. Some okay hits. Not stellar, but... You shooting AP? Oh, ho, ho. Benny, yeah, he's also just as accurate as me. Let's get on this island, I think. We'll play the rock. This is my rock. Oh no. Okay, we're fine. We are taking some big hits here. Come on, GK. I really need to get on this rock and try to... I don't know how to play really. I'm in a kind of an exposed position. I love how fast it reloads. Yes. It reloads quick and it's so accurate. Like, it does not feel like a German battleship. I've never really enjoyed playing German battleships because I've never been a brawler kind of person when I play battleships, but as of this campaign, I do think I am a German battleship enjoyer after playing this ship. It is very this ship is very enjoyable when it wants to hit. Oh! Oh, he's worried. He's already slowing down. Although I think he's going to hit me with them fires. It's going to be a pain. Yeah, this positioning is... Unfortunately, the Hindenburg can kill me here. He has to go or we die trying. And there's also the destroyer. This is where we fall. Yep. And as we can show here as well, now with the most recent update, we have added a new death screen where you can actually see the ship and the commander that killed you. Not to mention, if you go to the team leaderboard, I believe, am I hitting the right button? Oh yes, hold for more info, X. You can actually see on your team what ship they're playing. Well, you could see the ship anyway, but now you can see the commanders. So we can see, for example, like this individual is going to be running a torpedo damage build on their Shimakaze, or you know, brawler on their GK, or accuracy on their Italian battleship with the Torio. Any plans to let console players use the Steam UI? So Steam is, I'm going to be completely real with you. We are entering closed beta test this coming weekend. You can request to participate on the Steam page. Any answers you may need are probably already answered in the FAQ. And if it's not covered in the FAQ, it's not there probably because it's too soon for us to really say. We're still, our focus right now is on having like a functional experience that runs well. The control, like, do the keyboard and mouse controls feel okay? Does it run well? Things like that. So it's kind of still a bit early for us to really go into deep on like specifics, because we're still, you know, let's walk before we run kind of thing. Overall, though, our first game in Preußen, solid game. The community is worried about cheaters when the game comes out on PC. How will you deal with this? So, I was having this discussion before. The thing is, like, our game, for the most part, like, all of the meaningful calculations are performed server side, not client side. So, a lot of these, like, client side cheats where people are modifying the, like, when I say client, I mean the game files you download. So a lot of these cheats you see in other games where people are modifying the game they've downloaded simply just won't work here, because essentially what happens is, you know, like you can't have, let's have an example. You can't have a damage cheat where you deal 10 times damage, because what effectively happens is all your client is doing is displaying what the server tells it. It's why you can't load the game in offline mode. Like, you have to be connected to the internet to play a game. So when you shoot your guns, the client says to the server, hey, the player wants to fire their guns. I need you to calculate this for me. The server will then calculate it and then send the information back to the client and tell the client what to display to the player. The downside to this is that there can sometimes be a few, like, milliseconds of latency or whatnot. But for a game like World of Warships that's slow enough, this really isn't that big of a deal. Our game is slow enough to where it doesn't matter. But if you were to play a game like, I don't know, CSGO or Call of Duty or Rainbow Six Siege, every millisecond of response time matters, so it wouldn't really work for them. So your client is like, think like, in really, really simple terms, think of your client as a TV and the server as like a broadcast. Nothing you do on your TV settings will change what's being broadcasted to it. Your client is simply saying what it needs to be processed and calculated. The server then calculates it and sends the result back to the client to be displayed. So this is why, like, these kind of cheats simply just aren't really a threat here. As for, like, theoretically, obviously, it would be possible to modify files to maybe change what you see. It wouldn't change what anyone else sees, but you may see something different. But for us, we currently don't have any plans to allow modding support right now. But this is also way too early in. So, again, we're in closed beta. Everything is covered in the FAQ, and if it's not, it's just because it's too soon to say. But our server calculates most of the important stuff. So hopefully this should alleviate some of your worries. Classified information. Interesting. Not really classified. I mean, this information isn't secret. There are already people who understand how this system works. Like, the game you download doesn't calculate the important stuff. It just asks the server to calculate it for it, and then the server sends it the result and tells the client what to display to the player. And we have no plans for modding support right now. When can we expect a public Steam client for Legends? Again, we're entering closed beta. I'm really limited. It's not a case of I can't answer questions. It's just it's too soon to say for a lot of things. So we should probably avoid making the stream entirely about Steam. My honest advice is just read the FAQ. It was linked on our Discord. It's on our website, on the blog. It's on the announcements. All of the questions you have are almost most likely answered there. And for those who do want to take part in the test, it will be this coming weekend. Okay, have I got my poison back? So you saw last game, we can try some other builds. Is there a particular commander you would like to see on the ship? Obviously. Heinrich. I mean, I'm already showing. I did just play a game in Heinrich. I can play another one if you want. Sometimes got the Weimar 4th slot. So with Weimar, we did kind of try it internally a few times with the 4th slot, but it was just too strong. I mean, right now it's performing okay with the 3 slots, but we are monitoring the feedback and we're constantly revisiting the subject. So, did you forget the flag and boosters? No, I just wasn't running any flags and boosters. You may want to check that audio delay. Once the stream is over, I can speak to the technical team. Our stream setup is incredibly complex. It's not like, I wish I could show you. I'll probably take some pictures one day and post them on the Discord server. It's like, it's like a broadcasting room. So I'm honestly terrified if I mess with anything here, they will not be happy with me. But I'll forward it and we can maybe see if we can take a look at the sound issues for a future stream. Any plans for any mini games where you destroy a sea monster or something? I mean, it's a cool idea, but probably not. Not right now, at least. Hide with Von Essen and Arthas. We can give it a go. Sure. So, hide with Von Essen and Arthas. Say the name. All the way through. Jesus. Arthas is... it's Monday shenanigans. Hold on. Right. Hold on. Arthas is Japanese, so we're going to grab him real quick. Where is he? No? Have I got a filter on? There he is. And then Von Essen. Hold on. We'll go back to the beginning. Any word on mass out? There's currently no word on mass out. Is there a reason why the milestones are 120 again? It's because it's a 6 week update. So typically a 5-week update has 20 milestones per week. So 6 weeks is 120 rather than 5. The Cat Guys mission will be available a little bit later in the update. Okay, let's go to Germany and find Von Essen. Where is he? UK. Am I crazy? Or is Von Essen not German? Russian. Soviet. Okay. Sorry guys, it's Monday. It's the end of a work day for me. Bear with me. I've been working all day. Okay, so I mean, you want me to run a secondary commander on a sniper ship, so I'm going to try and tailor it as much as I can for the sniping. So flammable cannoneer, probably drill bits, marksmanship. Honestly, master mechanic could be a good shout for the extra heal. Fight fire with fire, and then we want to be changing this to the catapult fighter. Someone mentioned the boosters earlier, so we'll throw them on. Sure. I believe it is standard AP angles, yes. If you DM me on Discord, I can check for sure, but I believe it's standard. I think the only real modified changes to it are the Sigma and dispersion characteristics. So what do we have? Shimakaze. Like, I'm seeing lots of familiar names in this in this battle on both sides. I'm scared. I seriously think this is one of my favorite battleships right now. Big time. Hello, hello. Any chance of Duck of War returning? Right now it's unlikely, but again, we're kind of limited on how much we can talk about future content. We've just released a huge update with a massive patch note blog post that is probably worth focusing on looking, with Jutland content, so packed full of historical content. We have Retrofuturism content. You know, we have a really, really cool campaign. We have a free Unsinkable Sam mission becoming available later this update. There are more ways to earn ship parts for the marathon, so you may start seeing Hindenburgs on the seas as of this update, I believe. I'm also trying my hardest to keep an eye on the chat while I'm playing. It is a challenge, bear with me. I'll play a game with the Unsinkable Sam commander guys after this, so you hear the meows. They're comedy. I love them. Can I get a cheeky shot on one of these battleships? I'm hoping I could, but I don't have eyes. Whilst they're a bit close for a sniper battleship, I should pull back a little bit. Oh, come on, come on. Oh, so lame. 5 overpens. Man, so excited. That shell grouping was so good, but I aimed too high. Again, this is the issue with having such an accurate battleship, is like if you aim wrong at all, it's 100% user error. Like your shells will go where you aim. So if you aim wrong, they'll just miss. And they're 457s, so they're big guns. So you have to make sure you hit the thick armor plate. Kind of scared of that Ohio, given that I'm spotted. Surprised I'm not already being shot at by him, to be honest. We need to chill. I need to figure out where things are before I start. Yeah, there we go. There are the shots. That's a lot of torpedoes. And they're on our flank. Okay. Angled away. I'm being dropped. Can I lob that? No. Maybe. I really want to try and lob this. Oh, that's fine. Oh, that's a good hit. We're forced to go broadside, but we're managing. The Ohio doesn't have shots on us. I have to Schlieffen, but he's got HE loaded. It's fine. We're getting pounded by the carrier a little bit, but I'm honestly more worried about the Schlieffen than the carrier. That's really good shell grouping. Nice hits through the nose. I'm not quite angled enough for the Ohio, so he can hit me. That's a bit scary. Okay, right, I think we have the B flank under control, and I need to get away from this back row. So we're going to move in a little bit. Maybe get into the safety of these islands. Yeah, this is one shot. I'm not have to worry about the Ruprecht. No. Carrier's coming back again. Not for me though, I don't think. Can I can. Nice hits on the Ohio there. Very nice. And honestly, to be honest, I actually think I might prefer hide over the Azure Lane Commander. Like, yes, the inspiration is a bit average in comparison, but these extra heals are already proving to be really huge. Like before, I only had 2, I believe. Okay. Right now we're trying to preserve our health for late game, and we're limiting who can hit us. We've got some damage behind our belt, which is good. I don't really have the maneuverability to be super all over the place because this thing doesn't want to turn. But we have this Ohio coming round again. Maybe we can get a cheeky hit in here over the island while I'm dark, because he doesn't have eyes on me. I can. Honestly, I might play the ship in reverse and just start bringing it around. I think I have the room to do so. Nice, nice, nice. If I want to make this thing sail forward, it's like a 4-minute long venture, because this thing just doesn't want to change momentum ever. But I think I can quite comfortably play it in reverse, honestly. Is he gonna... Yeah, he's gonna go forward. Am I gonna hit? Am I gonna miss? I'm gonna catch his rear end. Okay. Not ideal, but we'll take it. Hammock with Master Mechanic as well. Yeah, I kind of feel like Master Mechanic is gonna be a necessary pick for Preußen. I wasn't running it before, and I really felt it when I was getting hit and focused quite hard. It was kind of pain to take this, is because you have that fat German superstructure that just wants people to farm it. But yes, I'm playing the ship in reverse right now, but I don't want to spend 3 minutes turning it around, because this ship's turning circle is rough. And actually, I mean, look at these front gun rear firing angles, to be honest. These are quite generous. Okay, so I can whip it round. And then I have my front guns facing this direction. I'm positioned in a place now where I can pretty comfortably shoot across the whole map, to be honest. No, I'm not doing any stellar games for sure. I'm not going to be top of the leaderboard this game, I don't think. But we played a pretty good support role. Hurt the ships that were pushing. I could have been a bit more aggressive pushing these caps for the base XP, for sure. It's just, to be honest, when I'm on stream, I just play a lot more like conservatively than when I do when I'm just like chilling at home over the weekend, because I come in often expecting for not necessarily stream snipers, but there'll definitely be people trying to kill you. So I play a bit more carefully, which doesn't always work out, to be honest. I can send it a lot more than I do. But we still have a very comfortable amount of health, given how late in the game we are. This poor Preußen over here is not having a great time, is he? His torpedoes he's having to dodge. Nice hits through the nose. Ugh, I had the wrong shell type loaded too, and it still paid off in the end. We're gonna Arthas HEM, I think. Carrier's coming in from my left. We're fine. We're fine, we're fine. I'm a little bit worried about this smoke screen. I reckon we can pull away. We're okay, we're fine. We have the health. We have the health. We no longer have the health. We're okay. We're okay. We have the health, I hope. We're fine. We've got the heals. We have the health. We can take some hits. Oh. Yeah, we definitely have to play a bit more conservatively. Can I... I'm not in a good spot. I think I'm going to go down here. Unless I can make a break for these islands, get the heal off. I think we're going to make it. We are bouncing the other poison. I can't seem to hit the golden lion though. I would like to, but he's angling very well. Yeah, I'm going to go down here. No, la polizia, no. It's fine. Bouncing the AP of him. I'm not going to get a shot off, I don't think. Yeah. I'm cooked, boys. That's that. Can I at least get a HE salvo off before I go? Yep. I got a triple fire before I went down, though. Can you play one last game in okay. Oh no, don't ask me to play one of my favorite ships again. Stop asking me to play Poison. How do you find these unbuilt ships out of the game? I believe we have a dedicated historical team whose whole job is to like visit national archives and dig up blueprints. So, from my understanding, Preußen was designed but never built. Will we see inspiration from other commanders in the future? It's too soon to say. Like right now, we just added this feature in, and we are kind of monitoring player feedback, really. Boss, can you not answer questions about Fox Flare? I can. I'm missing a lot of the chat because I'm on my own today and streaming, and I'm trying to do both. I think our team might clutch us for it. Am I being carried? I think I am being carried. Yeah, they're going to want points. Awesome. Good game. Nice. That was fun. I didn't do a whole lot, to be honest. I was kind of just reversing around the back line and trying to play a support ship more than anything. I didn't want to push into a cap and get torped, but I wanted to kind of... This ship doesn't have the greatest armor scheme, but as you're aware, as shells are flying through the air, they lose velocity, therefore they lose penetration, power, and capacity. So range is kind of your friend when playing this ship, except for plunging fire. Plunging fire can hurt you because it can, you know, the ship's armor layout isn't very good against plunging fire. Any talks about nerfing Fox Flare? Regarding Fox Flare, we're just monitoring it right now. I know we had the bug with it for a while. Again, I'm not part of the balancing team. When it comes to commander skills in general, we typically monitor them, and then when we do change commander skills, it's very often in waves. This kind of Ministry of Balance was definitely focused on addressing ships, and also some of the more widely requested ships. There's also just a few minor fixes, like we corrected a bug with the specific turret model that Jean Bart uses, where it was kind of like there's like a weird armor shenanigans going on sometimes where like the ship could just get citadeled through a turret that shouldn't have been possible, and we fixed this like random bug. And I actually have the bounce article on my phone here, but in general we were kind of prioritizing, like a lot of it was feedback and player request focus. So like fighters, DFAA, these were a big focus of ours. Carno, Tiger 59. Koenig Albert, for those who had the ship, was saying it was underwhelming, so we wanted to kind of revisit it. Napoli, Gascon. We have Richelieu. I mean, the list goes on, really. You can go on our blog, welshlegends.com, and look for Ministry of Balance. There's an article there for it. You beat the master. Look at the team results, please. Hey. Again, like I said, this game I definitely could have been playing a lot more aggressively. I don't know, when I'm on stream, I'm just used to seeing a familiar name in like an enemy shimmer or something, and then they just make it their life's mission to frag me on stream. So I play a bit more preserved when I'm on stream, because I still want to try and get some good games to show you guys the ships. I mean, I could make it hard if you guys show. I could always, you know, filter over to my face camera while I'm queuing or something to make it so you can't queue snipe me. But I mean, where's the fun in it, right? Where's the fun in that? Tiger's now actually pretty spicy. Yeah, I mean, it only has those 2 guns, but they're essentially Minotaur guns, and they're really accurate ones now. Only downside is if you're shooting a destroyer and he just decides to angle, it's like, what are you going to do? But okay, so they wanted one more game in Preußen, so we'll play one more. Again, we're using the build that was requested from the chat. I did play the first game with the Azure Lane Commander. I didn't really feel too much difference, to be honest, beyond the heals, which I feel like Master Mechanic should be a huge run. Like, you should be running Master Mechanic. I didn't run it in the first game and it hurt. There's a bug in the bureau. If you move to the next segment, you can use tier or ship you played in previous one. Can't use tier or ship you played in the previous one. If you have found a bug, if you're in our Discord, like, write up a summary, send us a screenshot or a clip, and we can definitely take a look. The chat of Twitch or YouTube Live isn't the best place because the chat moves quite quickly. And, you know, when the stream ends, I'm just going to go home because I've already worked a whole day. You know, but if you put it in our Discord in the morning, we can actually take the report, file it. And also, by the time the stream ends, because the stream is 2 hours long, it's going to be a nightmare trying to scroll back up through the chat to find the reports. We need a buff on GK and Preußen. So now 1 minute just ain't enough. I mean, I'm playing Preußen right now. I don't think it needs a buff. I mean, from playing it right now, I feel like I'm getting quite comfortable, good games, and the shells are definitely quite accurate. I think the sonar is mainly defensive for this ship because you are playing at ranges. It's more if you know there's a DD near you pushing, you can pop it. But the key strength of this is absolutely kind of these punishing main battery guns that reload super fast. We show the cat guys. Ah, yes. I meant to show the cat guys, and I missed it. Next game. We'll do it next game. The voice lines for the cat guys are comedy. Okay. Is that a broadside main? Oh, okay, now I'm broadside to a few scary things. Let's turn in. Mediocre hits, nothing special. I mean, to be honest, 2 pens and 2 overpens out of 8 barrels for 16k at a shot from spawn still ain't too bad. I do need to be careful a bit though because I'm already being crossfired by something. Feeling the wrath of that fire. And I have a huge superstructure that this Arloria can just free real estate for his sap. So I'm actually going to probably try and cover some of my superstructure on this island. Yeah. I don't want to abandon my flank, so we're going to try and lock it down here, hold an angle. I am a little bit worried from cruiser spam from over here, to be honest. But I think we only have 2 guns, so 4 barrels, but I think the accuracy is still good enough, even for just 4 barrels, to kind of... Nice. Good job, Yamato. We're gonna... Yeah, as I was mentioning a minute ago, I'm worried about a cruiser behind this island, and that's exactly what we're seeing now. So we're gonna just pull it round, get out of sight for a minute, and kind of refigure out a plan of attack here. Maybe once we get some eyes over on BA, we can get some cross shots going off ourselves. I believe the mission for the cat will be available a little bit later in the update. It will also include the Bismarck flag. Okay, that's is he going to reverse into me? Is he trying to get past me? I really don't want to sit broadside too long. Ooh, hello, Daring. That's a bit scary. Daring jump scares are the worst jump scares. Oh, someone got him good though. Oh, oh. Okay, right. We're gonna probably cut wide here. Go dark, cut wide, come around the back of BA, because I want to see if I can get some cross shots going off on this side. I don't want to sit on this island too long. That's a lot of HE coming in. Yeah. Yeah. That's good shell grouping on that. Are they going to hit good? Oh, maybe. No. Yes, I'm sitting back a bit much. I am trying to play my ranges for sure. Oh, we're pushing GK. I can also lob that island. Okay, this might be an Arthas the Cold moment. Let's see. I'm definitely blind firing here. Judging off his name. No, I'm not going to Arthas that. He slowed down. It's a bow and Yamato. Not a fan. That's about out GK. I don't really have any good targets right now, to be honest. I'm kind of broadside. If the Yamato decides to shoot me, it's going to really hurt. Well, GK. I can actually kite out and maybe get a hit on GK, because he looks like he's getting ready to try and run. If we can get some eyes on him. There we go. Clip down a little bit, but nothing spectacular. Oh, those Yamato shells. I was worried about them. Please miss. Okay. Whoa. Almost, Yamato. Almost. Honestly, having a bow and Yamato uncontested is terrifying. And I can't move him. Because there's a destroyer somewhere, like, vibing over here as well. Let's see if we can... What's the point of putting perilous route on PC? That's stupid. Perilous route? Am I missing something here? I'm not sure what you're asking me. I'm sorry. That's a bit problematic.
Unser Team hat die Führung übernommen.
It's a new game mode on PC Warships. Well, okay, so PC World of Warships and Legends are two completely different games with different development teams. So it's not that our team only decided to put it on one. It's we're different development teams who make different things. I really need to just go dark and get away. I need to chill for a minute. Get this heal off. Good job, Hooligan. You've been in both of my games back to back. You finally got me. I hate having a Yamato on my side. I can't budge. Nose in is positioned well. I couldn't move him because he had the support. Finally got me. Good game. Spartan 300 TV. Good day to you, boss. Hello, Spartan. I was trying to move you for half this game, Hooligan. I knew you were there, and I was terrified. Having a nose in Yamato, and I know you have that AP. And I'm like, I'm trying to maneuver in and out of combat, like of different fights, while being conscious of you being there in the hopes I don't give you the shot. And ultimately, you caught me as I'm running for my final heal. Well played. I really wanted... I was trying my hardest to get around that back rock so I could have an angle on your cheek to try and hit your cheek. But unfortunately, the Kano there was stopping me from holding that angle. That was a really good game. I enjoyed that, actually. It was fun. Okay, so game with the cat. We'll do a game with the cat. What should we play? It has to be a British or a German ship. You know, let's put on Resistance. Let's play a game of Resistance. There we go. Right. Oh, I love Yamato. It's such a good ship. See you in the chat. Yeah. It's all good. It's all love. You got me fair and square. You killed me fair and square. I knew you were there and I knew you had the angle on me and I was hoping I could go dark and creep away to get that heal off without getting thunder punched by Yamato. But in true Yamato fashion, I saw the shells coming and I knew. At that point, it's just, I'm clenching and hoping. I'm like, please. Okay. Speedy resistance with How awesome is that? How awesome is that? Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Such a cool commander, guys. I'm curious if it's actually going to set off anyone. Obviously, people are going to be playing this on their TV in their living room. I'm actually curious to know if it will trigger anyone's like real life cats and engorge their interest because they're hearing the TV meow. That'd be really funny if it does. GG's yesterday, boss. Toxic dip, double gin on the go. Yeah, last night at like 1 a.m. in the morning, my time, I was in a division and we were running double Jinan. Jinan is such a fun little boat, especially with the DPM it can have. I'm sorry that you had to encounter us doing that. That's rough. I mean, everyone in smoke is fine, but I'm a little bit worried of torpedoes. I guess I'll try and be the eyes for you guys then, maybe. If you want to sit there and farm, I can try and spot for you. Who knows? Means I'm not going to get my guns on target though. And there's torpedoes that I was worried about. Yeah, I guess I have no eyes on this flank, and middle of a, you know, decided to not stay in the middle and they've come over here as well, and they're also behind the same island. We really need some eyes on this side. Big time. Oh no, Congress AP is scary. Okay. Oh, Nelson as well. This is going to be rough. But we need eyes. Okay. I guess I'm going to have to spot. But I'm not in a tanky battleship either. Yeah, no. I think I've thrown this. Did I throw? I think I have thrown. What do we have? Nothing. Okay, we can angle left a bit. Maybe we can bounce some shells. Oh dear. Yeah, there's the reload booster on those torpedoes. Come on. Come on, if I accelerate fast enough and get that speed, I might be able to get the angle with my shells to at least take Congress down with me. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No. Come on, guys. What is this? Oh my god. When you load into a standard game and you just have to accept. It's like the acceptance. It's like... Yeah. Come on, I'm spying, please, guys. At least take something on my broadside. No, I'm dead. Yep. I threw that really bad. That was rough. Good job. But unfortunately, because the issue you face when both your like middle spawn move to one side, it means you have 6 ships on one flank and 3 on the other. So the 3 that are on their own on the other side are almost certainly going to get overwhelmed, or it's ultimately the weak flank that the enemy can pressure. So if you lopside onto one side, you have to win that flank very quickly. Like if you have 6 ships on one side, you have to push aggressively, get that flank, so then you can move through towards the middle objective and start getting them crossfires going. while the three on the other side have to play defensively and try and play for time. And just hold out on that flank as long as they can for the strong side to win their side and then come over. So when you have 6 ships like on one side and they're playing very defensively, it's time you can't really afford to play defensively. Which was the unfortunate instance here, was our other flank was caving and we were moving very slowly. Are you going to try Brawl? We can. Sure. We also have a variety of other ships being added to the game. Oh, and a calendar, of course. Speaking of calendar, have I done my missions? Yes, I have. Okay. So we have a variety of other ships. Maybe we can play one of the Retrofuturism or the Jutland ships. If there's anyone that would like to see any of them in particular, we can play one of them. There's far too much for me to show all in one stream, so we'll just kind of pick whatever people want to see and play it. We could play Leipzig, sure. Let's do that. And Konig Albert, okay. We'll do one at a time then. So we'll do Leipzig first. And first of all, do I have it on my account before I do anything else? I do. Meteor as well. Yeah, Meteor is an adjusted Delny. Was it Germany, I believe? Here it is. Muller could be interesting, or I really like the loyalty to the Navy skill, to be honest. It is a very nice, unique skill to have. And that base trait. Yeah. I think we're going to play... I mean, we have the sonar as well. Yeah, I think we're going to play Gunther. And then we'll go with fully packed, concealment, and reload. What is the reload actually in this? 5.7. Yeah, we can go to reload a bit. And then we'll just put the boost on for the range. So how are you all this wonderful Monday? You at work? You at home? Where is Perilous Route? As we mentioned before, that is on a different game with a different development team. It's not to say in the future we may never have it. I mean, it's not the first time we've, you know, taken some concepts from PC and brought them over. Just right now, if it's something new on PC, it means they've only just developed it and they've introduced it. And we're not the same development team. We develop different things, so a feature that's new to PC doesn't always translate to Legends. Still working. Are you with a TV in the office bedroom? Okay. Going to work. Yeah. Monday vibes. Not a terrible map, actually. Turret Traverse seems interesting. Rudder is hit and miss, really, but we have DFEA. Actually, the rudder feels quite good. Although I need to be careful to not get spotted here and get one shot by any BB that's crossing the A side. Yeah, like that massa there. But I kind of want to play maybe this island here. Yeah, the rudder is not bad. I mean, you have really good torpedo angles, especially for a cruiser in this tier. The angles are very good. The rudder is actually surprisingly responsive. There we go. Let's see if I through it. I was actually, to be honest, I was fully expecting to get spotted when I opened up my guns here. The fact I'm not spotted means there's no one holding this angle, which is what I thought they would. So if no one's going to hold the angle to prevent me from sitting here, I'm just going to sit here. That's just surprising, because usually always there's someone holding the angle. But if no one's going to hold the angle, it means I have a nice perch. I can chill for a few minutes. Get some free damage. The pen on this HE seems really... This poor massa. Can't do anything about it right now. Oh, there we go. Someone's on that angle now. Or are they over here? Oh, they're right. Oh, okay. Hello. Oh. Might catch one top, it's fine. It hurt, but we're fine. That was rough. That was a big scary surprise push. So we're going to turn around and we're going to not play this angle anymore. I misplayed that though, to be honest. I probably could have avoided that torpedo if I responded to it quicker. Which I didn't do. Let's let's see if we can thin their numbers a little bit. I would sit in this smoke and farm, but honestly I don't want to get blind topped on my sonars on cooldown, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to try and focus on equaling these numbers out a little bit because they have advantage in team count. Either way, that destroyer has to go through me. So as long as I stay in this area, I don't have to worry about him right now, but I can come back to him in a minute once the situation's a bit more under control. And there's not really any battleships here we can farm except the Jean-Bat here, who's actually moving up. So to be honest, this destroyer over here isn't actually doing a whole lot for his team. He's not spotting me either, which means he's... Yeah, the island. Why was the arena event removed from the game forever? I think it's already about a year since the last time it happened. Not sure if it's forever. Who knows if it'll come back. Ultimately, it was just like the least popular out of all of like the modes we did, like ranked Brawl. Yeah. But ultimately, if people want it back, if you drop feedback, if people want to see it return, leave some feedback. Who knows? Yes, the audio is out of sync. It's a technical issue with the stream that I can't fix right now, but I'll let the team know kind of after the stream, hopefully for a future. Oh, there's a lot of battleships on the left, so be careful here not to get... So... Please don't catch Torque's head. to be honest, I feel like the destroyer isn't actually contributing that much over there. I'm not sure if I should waste any more time trying to focus him. I feel like this Minsk is the bigger problem. We're getting hits, but not very good ones. Just over the island. And this battleship right here I really can't push around. Jervis coming around. He's feeling brave. He's already being punished. He's being punished very heavily for the YOLO. Yeah, this destroyer over there. It's just, it's like we lost the Jean Bat to the YOLO. No. Switch shells. Yeah, I mean I can switch shells if they're broadside. I'm not gonna bother chunking superstructure with AP. I mean I could, but I mean I hit a cruiser early with AP. Took him out when he was broadside. But I really don't wanna. Is he creeping around? Can I lob this? I think I'm about to lob this island. Be careful. Oh, Minsk. No. No. I really don't want to give them a free kill here. That's where are these other right as I was about to say, where are these other two battleships? That is rough, and I'm probably dead. Yep. I'm talking about boosters. Look, regarding any kind of issue with if you encounter anyone kind of with foul play, really, the best thing you can do, truly, like to help us, is like make a ticket with our player support team and report it to us. A lot of people complain about it, but don't report it to us. And we need these reports to investigate and act. And the reason why we need it through the player support tickets is so that we can track it and log it. I'm seeing a lot, also more questions about Steam. I'm not going to focus on answering questions on Steam this stream regarding our Legends coming to Steam. If you have questions about Legends coming to Steam, the best thing you can do is read our FAQ that was published. Most of your answers will be there. Theme this stream. Yeah. Okay. What do we got? We have Indefatigable. Even though I'm probably mispronouncing that and I'm British. I actually kind of want to play another game in Lep. Favorite thing added to this update? You already know the answer to that. Why are you asking me what my favorite thing added this update is? You know what it is. You've been around for a while there, Mr. Ketchup Doc. You've known me a long time. I'm sure you know what my favorite thing. Unsinkable Sam. No brainer. I've wanted Sam in our game for as long as time itself. Yeah, see, there you go. There you go. Unsinkable Sam. Yeah, see, you already know what my favorite thing is. I mean, I even took the time to Photoshop him out of his little background and add him sat on top of the camera view here on my solo stream. The little meows are iconic. Yeah, I think this is going to be like my go-to commander guys for a while. Right, let's have a game of Brawl. What do you think, ladies and gents? What should I play in Brawl? Obviously, it's a secondary Brawl. So, I kind of don't really want to play Italians. I mean, they have really good damage secondaries, but like once their superstructure is saturated, it's like you can't do anything. I maybe just go with them and they can set fires. The German, maybe? Yeah. Arena is super popular, one of the best events in the game, and it was simply removed. It was actually one of the less populated modes we have. But I mean, again, if people wanted to come back, just leave the feedback in our feedback channels. No one wants, no developer wants people to hate their game. If people have fun with it and they want it to come back, just leave feedback. Oh. My commander, guys, is speaking over itself, probably because it's telling me my guns have just been disabled while it's also saying the battle has begun. AA Aaron's vid has 6.6k views and Big has 3.2 views. Should we just report with their YouTube links? Like, the thing is that shows there was 2 instances. Right? We need to have report every time you see an instance of it happening, report it. And as for the whole nothing's happened, you guys don't know. You guys can't see, or you can't know if we've already acted on it or not. For as far as anyone knows, a player may have received a day ban or a 7 days ban, but because you still see them in the future, you think nothing has happened. If you see a player who is like not showing good sportsmanship or good conduct in the game, if you create a player support ticket and submit it to us, we can take a look. That's honestly the best thing you can do. These secondaries are popping off right now. Let's get this this Bayon down. Oh, I think I'm hitting a superstructure, so we're gonna have to get a bit more range. Because I'm broadside, I have more secondary guns going off, whereas this Bayon is nose in, so he has less secondary guns hitting me right now. Alright. So... these secondaries are popping off. Oh, I was gonna hit the island now. Can I get the Bane before he goes? No. Like, I know there's frustration clearly, but honestly, if you see someone who's griefing or cheating or showing unsportsman conduct, best thing you can do is make a player support ticket and submit it. Spamming the same YouTube video over and over again won't help, because it just means we're re-reviewing the same instance over and over again, and we can't act multiple times on the same instance. Theoretically, if a guy got banned for one battle and people keep submitting that same battle to us, we're not going to ban the guy a second time for the same instance. But it's often a process. you know, and we like if it's through tickets, we can track it, we can log it, we can check if it's a reoccurring issue, and we can act on it. But ultimately, we can't tell you if we have acted on it. We can't tell you if we've banned someone, whether it's for a day or 7 days or permanently. We can't tell you we banned this guy for a day or we banned him for 7 days. We can't reveal that kind of information. But we do check through these reports and we take them seriously. So I understand there's frustration, and it really is the best thing you can do. So I think Frederick might be a solid pick for Brawl. Can you confirm people have been banned in the past for EULA violations? Like, you mean just in general, like misconduct? Yeah, I mean, there have been people who have had like temporary bans issued and things, at least from what I've seen in my time within Wargaming. I've seen some people that have received temporary kind of suspensions for being a bit too naughty, whether it's through voice chat or purposely trapping people into islands, or, you know, just in general, like this misconduct or purposely going out of your way to ruin the experience for others. But again, there's a key distinction between playing badly and purposely going out of your way to ruin the experience for others. You can't report someone for being terrible at the game, but you can report them if it's abundantly clear that they are like maliciously trying to hurt your gameplay experience. And this is where the defining line is drawn. And at least in my time within Wargaming, I have seen temporary suspensions. I can't elaborate on who they were issued to or why, but I can tell you I've seen some that have happened based on player reports. So, like, these reports do, like, they are important, and we do take them seriously. So please, despite the frustration, please keep sending the reports to us. We can't elaborate on if they were helpful or why, but they are helpful. We just can't tell you specific details. But we do appreciate it when players take the time and energy and effort to create a ticket and report these things to us. Banned for playing badly, 80% would be gone. I would be banned for sure. There are some games where I've played horrendously and I've thrown. And I'm like, do you know that meme of the dog in the sunlight? Just like, there's been some times where I've sailed somewhere and been like insta smacked by a Shimakaze, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. There's one game where I played so badly. This is before I joined Wargaming. I played so badly and completely threw because I wasn't paying attention. I think I was on my phone or something. Someone messaged me like just this huge wall of text of hate mail, and all I did to reply was like, "Sorry, I'm 11." And the guy was like so polite to me afterward. I just couldn't bear the shame. I was like, oh my god, this guy was mad, and I did kind of play really, really badly. I think we've all had those games, haven't we, where you've just like done something completely stupid and you look back and you don't know why you did it. I hate Shimakazes. Yeah, me too. I think it's no secret to anyone who regularly watches these streams or talks to me on Discord that I have a particular distaste for being killed by Shimakazes. Most people will just report others for being bad low. What actually is reportable? I mean, like, okay, so let's say you are being purposely pinned against an island by like a division of 3 people. And like that is clear that this team is like purposely, like, let's say they're pinning you against an island while they're shooting their guns at you and repeatedly spamming their horn. That's 100% clear as day that they are purposely trying to grief you. That would be something that you could report. If your DD is just at the back of the map playing really badly or running away from another DD or something, that's just them playing badly. You know, like, you can usually, when someone is maliciously going out of their way to hurt your experience, it is often pretty evident that you can report it. Like, when something is bad enough to be reportable, you'll know it. you'll just see it and go, okay, this person is really just trying to irritate me. I'll make a ticket. People's secondaries are already popping off. These secondaries, man, they really like this ship. Although I've overextended for sure, and I'm now being focused. I also forgot to activate my secondary consumable, but I mean, like these secondaries are vicious. Okay, so he's saturated. We'll just move on to. All I'm hitting is hull, one or the other. So we'll see if we can farm the Bayon instead. The trick to avoiding your secondaries hitting their hull and doing no damage is to have a bit of distance between you, so that like they're arcing and they're plunging a little bit. Point blank, you are just going to hit their hull. There we go, nice. And then I'm back in sun. How come you're on your own today then, boss? Seems your teammates abandoned you on the flank. Well, okay, so right now, obviously Orochi has moved to the marketing team. So he's busy doing big brain marketing stuff. Prince Blip has now left the community team and has become a game designer. So he is actually being trained in the sacred arts and ways of game design and learning how to use the softwares and tools and things. So you have moi, you have me. I am community man today. And instead of cancelling the stream, I thought I'd come on and chat. I mean, I've done enough streams where I can do them solo, I think. Given we don't have the back and forth banter, which is a shame. Oh, and of course Robin is on a well-deserved vacation right now, so he's not here. But I love the community. I love you guys. I thought I can jump on stream, play a few games, chat. Why not? You know, I mean, it's 2 hours on a Monday evening. It's not like it's going to end the world, you know. In my defense, that was my first game in standard. Well, I will forgive you just because you have spelt defense the correct way. You put the C, defense with a C. I respect that. One man show. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, I'm sat here chilling. I've got my chair slouched back a bit. I've got the microphone down here, head level. I got my headset on for a change because normally, obviously, you're talking back and forth with someone, so you don't have a headset on. So I can actually hear the game and listen to the music. I mean, it's a chill stream, chill update stream. Lots to do, lots to show. Speaking of, we have more content to show. Let's play a Retrofuturism ship. Why not? So if we go, so we've been looking at the Jutland content, and we played Leipzig. I'm probably mispronouncing, but also we have some, like, I'll show you the camos. We have some beautiful camouflages for these ships as well. Like, these are just stunning, to be honest. They're some of my favorite camouflages in the game. I think the team's done a really, really good job with these. One for Agincourt, for any Agincourt enjoyers in tier 3. You know who you are, and you're also not going to admit you know who you are, because no one is super excited to realize you're an Agincourt enjoyer. And indefatigable. I was told I was pronouncing it correctly earlier, but who knows. And then, of course, we have a Battle of Jutland consumable camouflage, which I can actually show real quick. Over here, we'll put it on We'll throw it on a Grefsby. Why not? I mean, it's kind of cool. Very colorful. Ship is 12,500. Camo is 5,000. The camos are max rank, though. At least I think they are. I believe they are. Yeah. So, as you can see, the camouflage has a star icon on the little symbol. So it's a maximum rank camouflage. And then for the other content, we have Scarlet Thunder, a meteor, as well as the commander guises and some skins. So you kind of have like these retro-y, I don't know how you should describe it. Like, how would you describe this? Like, there's a like, I'm trying to think of like the time period. There's a time period where everything was like, you know, green and red neon lights and silver and spacey, and like the whole vibe. I remember having like trainers that looked like this kind of theme. So let's play. We'll play a game of Scarlet Thunder. Which I believe is a Duncan, if I remember rightly. ATs, yeah. Right, guys, I need to. Okay, Tonic, have a good one, buddy. Nice to see you. And then, yeah. Any chance of a tier 2 or a tier 3 brawl in the future? If I remember rightly, I think we've had a tier 3 brawl in the past. I think tier 2 is probably a bit unlikely because there's really just like almost no variety in tier 2. I mean, there's almost no variety in tier 3 as well, but there's more than tier 2. The mission for Unsinkable Sam will become available later in the update. No, there are stat differences between Scarlet Thunder and Duncan. I don't know if I have them in this document. No. I believe the differences are mentioned in the patch notes. They're also mentioned in the video. In the overview video, the trailer on YouTube. The design is kind of cool, isn't it? Every time I hear this commander, guys, cracks me up. It's so cool. I'm so glad we finally added this. I mean, I'm a bit salty it wasn't a commander, but I'll take a guise over nothing. I mean, we have like enough. We went from having no Unsinkable Sam references when I first joined the team to started with patches, because I remember protesting internally for patches for the longest time, and then they ended up being quite popular, so we joined with some flags, and now I've got the guys. Like, we are working our way through it. Very slowly but surely becoming like the unofficial Legends mascot. I really want to get a good shot, but Takeshi's like way out there, and he's just kind of liking that accuracy though, although I've missed because he's kiting, but that shell grouping is definitely quite tight. There's a lot of scary battleships over there though, and I'm broadside too. Preußen with the accuracy and Yamato with those shells. I really don't want to get clipped by either of those, to be honest with you. We're going to chill back for a minute. You mean Oleg isn't our mascot anymore? Oleg was like, I don't think Oleg was ever truly the mascot. It was the Super Test mascot, and they would probably argue it still is. I don't think it was ever officially recognized as the mascot, though. The Oleg is a joke that goes all the way back to like the early alpha days. I'm surprised it's even still alive. This Oleg and Boop. Rip Boop skill. This is God. Yeah, you're making me like throwback to the Oleg Boop days. This is Alpha. 6 years, 7 years, because Alpha was what, a year and a half long. It's like 7 years. Time seriously flies. I feel like it was yesterday when Not Cerberus gave me my Alpha code. I originally wasn't like accepted for the Alpha Pro. This was, for those unaware, this was back when I was a player. Before I joined Wargaming as staff. I wasn't originally selected for Alpha, but I was in the Discord one day and they had some spare codes and they were just giving them out, and I shot a message over to Not Cerberus and asked him for a code, and he gave me one, and that was kind of like the true official start of I'd say my World of Warships journey, because I played PC a bit before, but not tremendously. So I can pretty comfortably say Not Cerberus is the individual that really started my World of Warships journey, to be honest with you. Yeah. Alpha was funny. I still remember, like, I was a bit of a menace back then, to be honest with you. There was one guy that used to hate being rammed back in the Alpha days. And obviously, because it was a small group of testers, you would see the same people every game when they would organize. You would all queue into the matchmaker at the same time. So you would always see the same people, and I would always ram the same person just to watch them go full tilt in the Discord. I used to think it was hilarious. But then other people clicked on and started joining in, so whenever this person was in a game, you would just see like a complete mission where like 5 people were all just like speed boosting to try and get them with the ram. So every game they would literally reverse to the world border and would all try and ram. And it was like, boop. Comedy. Those are the good old days back when it wasn't very serious. It was all having fun while we were testing. And this like Boop Oleg, there was a Discord bot where every time someone said Boop, it would reply with an Oleg emoji. And then every time you would say Oleg, it would reply with Boop. And Boop comes from the old skill that was removed, the ramming skill, barely out of peril. You could abbreviate it to Boop. And yeah, this was 7 years ago. Guys, has it really been that long? Has Legends been around that long? Doesn't feel like it, does it? Alright, I need to get back to playing the game. I'm not paying attention. I'm reminiscing on old times. Rip, Not Cerberus. Yeah, like, I was at his funeral. He was like, I would say he was a good friend of mine, both outside of work as well. So it was, unfortunately, it was very sad news. In total, how many Battle of Jutland crates will we be able to get for free and for very little currency in this update? I don't have the exact numbers on my hand, to be honest. You'd have to take a look. I'm sure it's all also broken down on our blog. Back in my day, the campaign mission required 200k. Fun times. Was that Turf Pits? No. That was a Targo, wasn't it? And it wasn't 200k, I don't think. I think it was 150k. Back then, campaigns were ruthless. I remember every, like, back then there was no like leeway in terms of missions. You had to complete every single mission, and if you missed one, you had to basically pay for the milestones that you missed. And there was no catch-up mechanic. So if you didn't complete the missions that week, they would go away, and you would just have to then spend money for the milestones you missed. And every single week required a Kraken. Every single week required 150k damage. And I think it was a Targo that had that one mission where it was a chain, where you had to get 75k damage, then 100, then 125, then 150. But you couldn't do them all in one game. So if you got 150k, but you hadn't done the 75k one yet, it would only count as a 75k one. You had to do it every week. These were ruthless campaigns. I remember those. I remember you could also do it in tier 3 because I used to seal club my like Citadel requirement missions by playing Iwaki. I used to go just Citadel all the cruisers in Iwaki to get my Citadel missions. Classic. Yeah. And then there's also the Kutuzov campaign that made me rage quit. I stopped playing for like 2 months after the Kutuzov campaign. Yeah. Fun times. Oh, gearing. What just hit me? Oh, God. Oh, geez. Those are 2 scary battleships over there, huh? I'm also gearing right here. I am in trouble. I can't turn out because then I'll get one shot by Yamato. Come on. I am really in the trouble. I was not paying attention and I have scuffed myself. Any plans for HMS Thunder? Unfortunately, we can't comment about unreleased content. Yeah. Any information on Brandenburg coming back in any way other than crates? There is no information right now, I'm afraid. Same for Lion, because I'm also seeing this question in our Twitch chat. Usually, if there's any news on something coming, it's typically in our patch notes. And yeah, it's like, well, on the brighter side, the other side of one thing. So while I've been here just chatting away about the past 7 years and not paying attention, the other people have actually won the game for me. Yeah. Boss all on his own feels bad. I'm not on my own though. I have all of you here, right? Look at that heal that Scarlet Thunder can have though. What? I didn't get the kill there. Scarlet Thunder has some juicy heals. I am going to die though because... Oh, I'm not going to die. Never mind. The team won for me and kept me alive. Absolute cinema. We're good. Also, I don't even think we have time for another game. We've only got 6 minutes left. And then our wonderful Monday stream comes to an end. And I can go home and sleep. Why is the Russian CV captain's base trait so useless in comparison to the Shia's base? So, the Soviet commanders, in general, every base trait has a use because of our inspiration system. And they try to kind of diversify the base traits to be like as much as possible so that in the long run, as you collect commanders, you have like more and more customizability, really, with your commanders. So rather than kind of have similarities for every single nation, if every nation had, I don't know, a shell grouping base trait commander, it wouldn't be particularly interesting in terms of inspirations. Whereas, you know, more differences, more variety. It's been fun. Give them Hellboss. Oh, I mean, I've had some good games, and then I've had some horrendous games. I remember when Io was super busted, like the best ship in the game. When the game released, there was only 3 tier 7 battleships. You had Iowa, Vanguard, and the name has eluded me. Amagi. Yeah. So I remember grinding the Amagi line, but pretty much everyone. I think Iowa was my first ever tier 7 actually. But I remember grinding the Amagi line and liking it. But Vanguard was hilarious. I remember having a friend who got Vanguard and was so mad about how bad Vanguard was back then that he tried to contact player support for a refund. That's where this whole like buff guard trend came from, where it just seems like to get buffed every year. But Iowa was definitely very good because it back then, when there was only 3 battleship lines, it had the unique trait of having artillery plotting room, which it still has to this day. But I don't know, I've always liked Japanese battleships and the whole idea of thin armor, which is why you play range, but you have high caliber so that your guns perform better over range in comparison to counterparts. But Iowa was definitely really strong on release. I also don't think it's ever been buffed, to be honest. I could be wrong. I think Iowa has just in general always performed pretty solid since the release. Wasn't it just US and Japanese? I thought British came later. No, I think British had the battleships on release, but they didn't have the cruisers. I think the cruisers came later. But I remember Vanguard because I distinctly remember one of my friends being really angry that they grinded Vanguard. So I think it was Vanguard, Amagi, Iowa. I'd have to check, now that I'm in Wargaming, I can find the archives and our documentation and go take a look out of curiosity, but I'm fairly sure it was those 3 lines. And both the US and Japan had all 3 of their lines. They had battleship, cruiser, destroyer, but the UK only had battleships, maybe destroyers as well. I'm not sure. You are testing my memory though, because this was 6 years ago, and it's Monday evening. So who knows? Can you guys give a special emblem to those who wailed on day 1 today for Hindenburg? We don't have any plans for any kind of additional rewards like that right now. Will the missiles ever work on Smaland? We don't really have any plans to do so. We had the limited time mode that we tried, which had missiles, Rust and Rumble, but it wasn't using the missile launcher that's on Smaland. In fact, I don't even think our Smaland in standard has the missile model on it, does it? I think on PC it does, but I think in our game it was actually removed. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm actually going to check right now. Oh, it has got them. Okay. I thought they were removed. Never mind. You're right, it has them. It's just a visual thing more than anything in our game. Royal Navy cruisers took a long time to come out, but made for it when they dropped. I still remember everyone asking for Minotaur, and then one day there was one of those developer streams, and the director came on and was like, I want Minnow to be added, was like his requested ship, and everyone was going mega hype. And I remember thinking, because I think at the time I was still angry about being spammed when I was a battleship main. Back when I first played Legends, I was a proper battleship main. I was like, I hate destroyers. I hate HE spam. Love me battleship. Simple as. And I used to sail in, get one shot, and I learned how to play the hard way, like everyone else. Through trial and error, and lots of errors. Missiles are already in the game, they just call them Dutch airstrikes. Come on, they're not that bad. Midway needs a buff so bad. I think legendary tier carriers in general could probably use us looking at the interaction they have. But we've been so focused on just carriers as a whole. Obviously, we did the rework fairly recently, adding fuel and a bunch of other mechanics, which effectively changes how they play completely. But the result of that was that catapult fighters lost their impact, so then we had to look at how we wanted to balance them, which this update just introduced. So, one step at a time. Anyhow, it's actually 7:01, and I am going to go home, take a shower. I may even play some Legends when I go home, who knows. I feel like I sometimes go home to escape and then I end up just playing anyway, so we'll see. But as always, it was lovely to see you all. And I have to apologize for it being just me this stream. I hope I did okay and that you all had a good time. And that I at least got to some of your questions. It was quite difficult to keep up, so if I missed any of you, I'm sorry. Feel free to poke me on Discord. We answer questions there, and I'm usually in the general chat there, just chatting away anyway and interacting. As always, much love, Legends community, and I hope you all have a wonderful week and enjoy our update. Make sure you get the Unsinkable Sam, guys, when it becomes available. It's super cool, and on that note, have a wonderful week. Take care.